Hi, good morning. My name is Dan and this is my channel Engelgeist. Welcome to the channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. Have a look around. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for returning. Thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. I really appreciate all of your support financially with your monthly subscriptions. If you're interested in supporting this channel, please feel free to go over to Patreon, choose a subscription level, the page is called Engelgeist 333, and you'll be able to get the daily forecast a day early. You'll be able to get specific pick-a-cards and things like that, readings that are only available over on Patreon. And you can look at the list of benefits from the different subscription levels. They help to support the channel and keep me, putting out free content. For those of you that want to support in other ways, you can follow me on Instagram at Engelgeist333. You can like, share, or subscribe to either my business page on Facebook or the YouTube channel. If you subscribe to either, please hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live. I do live events, like free card pulls and things like that. The other thing is if you want to book a private reading with me, I am available. You would want to direct message me either at Instagram or on my Facebook business page is the best place to reach me. And I can answer any questions you may have. Private readings are done over the phone or Facebook video. And so those are also available and a great way to support the channel. If any of the decks that you see in any of my videos you like, there are Amazon affiliate links in my video description. So if you click on that link and purchase the deck through Amazon, that gives me a small percentage of the sale and is another way of supporting the channel. So I'd greatly appreciate that if you did that too. So this is the daily forecast for Tuesday, the 10th of March. It is a message from Spirit for the greater good, the highest good of the greater collective, right? So this may make sense to you, it may not. You might be seeing this on a day that's not March 10th, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that this message isn't for you. I believe that Spirit can create timeless messages that are for our highest good whenever they reach us. So if you're seeing this video a little bit late, don't worry about that. Just continue to watch it. The message may be for you right now. But it is specifically for my regular viewers that tune in every day. This is their March 10th forecast for what's going on, what do we need to be focused on going on this week. We have a very interesting Sunday forecast with the end capped by the two queens on International Women's Day, which was very interesting. I didn't realize that. Tonight, I'm taping this a day early. Tonight we're going into that beautiful Virgo full moon. Mercury has gone direct out of the sign of Aquarius. So there's a lot of good changes happening right now. And I feel like, Virgo is the Virgin, another very feminine, empowered energy during International Women's Week. So far, all of the artists that I've used for the songs to represent the cards have been feminine. So I'm going to maybe try and stick with that theme for this week, but we'll see. If a card requires a song that's sung by a man, then, I will have to change that. But so far, it's been very female empowered. So let's see what the energy is for today. Oh my God, she's back. Okay, so this was my card on Sunday. She showed up for the beginning of the week, and we're still in the beginning of the week, it being Tuesday. So I feel like she's back to remind us about our own strength of our own mind, about being the ruler of our own thoughts. She is the queen, right? So therefore, she is in charge. She's authentic. She knows her worth, right? When I look at this card, to me, this feels like knowing the exact and precise time with clarity as to when to sort of share our thoughts, share our ideas, cut away any excess that's not serving us. I feel like I look at this, and with this card, I feel like she's just getting ready to yield this sword, to drop it down, to make the decision, to pick the lane, to stick in it, right? And also, this tattoo of this snake on her, to me, is all about transmutation, about transmuting what's not working for us into what is, right? And this is like a mental strength. There's a mental strength, there's a belief in herself, there's a power in our thoughts that she, as the queen, is aware of, and we need to sort of drum up for ourselves to keep in mind as we move forward through this day, right? She was the underpinning energy of the first few days of this week, right? And so we are now in Tuesday, this would be kind of like her final day, because the midweek is sort of for me Wednesday, Thursday, and sometimes Tuesday too, but I feel like she's just dropping back in to tell us, guys, keep your thoughts clean, keep your ideas precise, keep your direction as clear as you feel as though you can, right? There's these like curls here make me feel like there's like a swiftness that she pulls and draws back her sword. There's a strength and a swiftness that she draws back, but yet I feel like she holds it here and waits for a moment, just for the right moment, when to make that decision. And there's a confidence to her. There's an awareness to her that she is going to know exactly when to strike or make that choice, pick that lane, step forward in that decision. Today may be that day to make the decision. That for some of you, this might be the Queen is showing up again to prompt us, like for those of us that have been resting on our laurels or waiting things out, she's here to say, okay, let's draw our swords. Let's make that final cut. Let's make that decision and step forward in it, right? With a sort of an authority, an awareness. And the other thing that I'm getting here too is that, like, no matter what we choose, guys, we have to believe that it is the right choice. If we do it from a place of clarity and like self-assuredness, even if it brings us sort of learning lessons, suffering, or maybe not the exact desired outcome we thought it was going to bring us, it's not going to ever be wrong. We have to trust a certain amount of our own intuition, our own spirit, our own mind, bringing those into balance together and utilizing all of those sort of components to make these decisions, kind of step forward and not worry about the results. Know that we can trust ourselves enough to move forward no matter what the outcome is, okay? So there's definitely an empowerment with this card. So let's see. Okay. This is a card that we've seen before too. We're getting a lot of like repeat cards. Hope is the conduit for miracles. So when I look at this, it feels like a little bit in conflict with this Queen of Swords. This Queen of Swords has a determination to her face, right? When I look at her, she feels very determined. She feels very clear and set in her ways. Hope, to me, feels a little bit softer, right? It's the conduit for miracles. So what I want to say here is, although we have a strength of mind that we see here in this Queen, right? We have the strength and the power of our thoughts, and we know the power and the strength with which they can be used and what they can create. We want to also bring in some of that feminine softness, like with these flowers, the intuition of the moon, and bring in some of that energy of hope to sort of start to create those miracles in our lives that we want to see, right? There's a fine line, like I feel like I'm looking at, in my mind's eye, a tightrope. There's a fine line between being strong and being stubborn. And I feel like this Queen of Swords could easily push us into this idea of being stubborn, and we don't want to be stubborn. We want to transmute this energy, like this snake tattoo, right? Like transform this energy or these thoughts into sort of intuitive hopes to start to create the miracles for the life that we want to have, right? So we can be strong and we can be empowered and we can choose when and where to sort of strike or bring down our sword or make clear, decisive decisions, but we want to do those. We want to create those decisions from a place of hope, of growth, of intuition, in reception of the possibility of creating miracles in our lives. And I think that we can definitely do that today, especially coming in off of this full moon energy in Virgo. We've got that opportunity to do that. Virgo's an earth sign, right? It's definitely about materialization and the earth element. So this is about manifesting, Virgo being the sign of the Virgin, right? Which is a very feminine sign in my mind. But then we've got the earth element, which is very masculine, and also the material world, right? I feel like with this Queen of Swords, we have this directness of thought, this sort of acuity, this clarity, but we also want to soften it a little bit with our own intuition and our own sort of delicate nature, what our spirit wants, right? blending it with our mind and the strength of our mind helps to create the hope, which becomes the conduit for the miracles that we're about to create from the power of this sort of Virgo moon. So keep that in mind as you move forward. Here is your grounding stone for the day. This is just a thought to move through the day and ground in. It's on malachite, which is a stone that I associate not only with the heart chakra, which is our fourth chakra, but also the fifth chakra, which is like communication, right? So it's like they're bringing that energy from the heart chakra up through the fifth and communicating that with which we want or desire, that we hope for, right? And the energy of that being based in love. I also kind of love, even though she's sort of more blue in tone, I feel like the green of this matches her very well. So this brings us back to our heart and our throat chakra and the energy with which we're using there. What energy are we running there? Grounding in that energy. Is it based in hope? Is it based in the softness of intuition? Is it based in the acceptance and expectation of miracles to come to us? Right? Is it based in us believing in ourselves, in our own minds, and our own intuition and our own spirit? To me, this really feels like the blending of the mind, the strength of the mind, and the delicate intuitive nature of the spirit, bringing them together in this sort of idea of hope and the expectation and acceptance of miracles, and allowing that energy to sort of flow from our heart and from our throat in acceptance and expectation, like expressing it, right? We had those beautiful stones on the previous days, generosity and friends, right? So those are all things that, also bring us back to that heart center, being generous with ourselves and generous with those around us, loving our friends, being friends to other people, feeling good about ourselves. All of these things help to bring about this lovely energy that we see in this grounding stone today, right? So let's move forward today with a focus on our heart and on our throat, being clear and expressing ourselves from a soft place, but also from a clear place and an empowered place. There's a strength in femininity. I just want to say this. There's a strength in femininity that, these buds on this card here to me feel delicate in nature, but they're constantly growing, right? There's a beautiful softness to the intuition of this pink moon here. There's also a strength here, but it's a different type of strength. We don't have to be sort of brash mentally to be able to have our strength and create wonder in our life. And I think today is a day to sort of balance those energies, bring them together, and start to create those miracles for ourselves from our heart. That is your forecast for the day. I hope that makes sense. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, thank you to my Patreon subscribers. Please tune in tomorrow so we can see where this energy goes. These queens want to talk to us. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.